Watching the ball games when these guys played, Sam Darnold, I don't think is NFL ready at this point. So if you take this guy, it's a project. If you take Darnold, I even think if you take Allen, if you take Rosen, it's imperative that you keep Eli Manning. Imperative that you keep him. And here's what you sell to Eli. You're going to mentor this guy, whoever this guy is. And you keep your job as long as you deserve it. We're not going to judge you game to game. But if you come out of the gate at 1-5, we're going to sit you down. And that's all there is to it. And give the perfect example. The Chiefs made moves. They were aggressive to draft Patrick Mahomes. He was the quarterback. That's who Andy Reid wanted as the quarterback. Mm-hmm. But there was one problem. Alex Smith wanted his job. So Alex Smith went out and had as good a season as Alex Smith has ever had. And you know what happened? Pat Mahomes stayed on the bench until the final game of the year.
By the way, how was Mahomes in Week 17?
He was okay. He was okay. Not great, not terrible. He was okay. And I think that in a perfect world, even a top draft pick, a number 1 or a 2 pick, is not going to be able to step in and have a great season. Look at what Wentz did the first year. He was okay. He learned. Goff was terrible. Second year, all of a sudden they blossomed into great. So, I mean, you could play with the idea of Eli staying, Eli going. Let's say Eli says, I'm out of here. I want to play for Jacksonville. I want to go play for Denver. I want to be somewhere where I know I'm going to start. You got to bring in a veteran quarterback. You got to bring in the 2018 Kurt Warner. You can't start a guy from the beginning because if you start any of those 3 guys, you know what you're going to get? You're going to have another awful season. Because think about it. How many quarterbacks taken early have great careers right from the start? There are people out there, absolutely people out there, but the vast majority don't. They need to learn. It's a very tough job. I think it's probably the hardest position in all of sports. The things that you need to know. I mean, Steve Young has said it's like studying for the bar. And he did study for the bar. And he said that playing quarterback in the NFL at a high level is much harder than that. So I think Eli is an imperative part of this. Those 2 guys declaring that they were entering the NFL draft, now that solidifies it. Eli Manning is your quarterback. And if Eli says no, to me, he's not showing many cubes because that tells me he doesn't think he's that great.
Wait, if Eli says...
If Eli says, I want to go somewhere else because I don't want a guy over my shoulder, well, if you're good, they're not going to replace you, like they didn't replace Alex Smith. So if you still think you got it, and Eli says he still thinks he has it, then he should come back. You could keep that guy on the bench for a couple of years. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He sat and had to wait till Brett Favre was done. And it's not the worst thing in the world. If Eli Manning is playing well, and you've got your quarterback of the future sitting there taking notes, learning from a guy who works hard, good guy, teammates love him, for 2 years, that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing.